What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA saga.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And on today's video guys, I will show you the news that is not so pleasant for MMTLP community, and definitely I don't like this news. But I have to show it to you because we have to do our best in order to solve the main problem, and we shouldn't spread our attention and we shouldn't fight against each other. And I have to admit that it is happening right now inside the MMTLP community. And at the end of this video, if I have enough time, I will show you an update from Orogrande, and his update is really impressive and I like it much more than any other news of today's video. But we have what we have, and first of all, let me start with this update. Yesterday I showed you this tweet that Richard Hoffman wrote, JR and I making up nonsense 7:30 p.m. Eastern on Monday. Join us with your questions. And we know that JR is the person who knew about the brokerages who gave or who tried to give some money to the MMTLP shareholders back in March of last year. And unfortunately this live stream didn't happen, and Richard Hoffman made an update. JR has an unexpected conflict, and tonight's made-up legal answers are moved to Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. And you can take a look on his YouTube channel, Not Legal Advice, KNOT, and here you can see that he made a preview of his video, and it is scheduled for September 18th, and on standard European time it will be at 1:30 a.m. And I have to say that this video might be very interesting, and definitely we will see some answers of JR in regards to this news. But guys, take a look right here. I don't know why, but MMAT News deleted its account, its Twitter account, and as you can see, MMAT News doesn't exist anymore. So why is that? I have no idea. But the main topic of today's video is the information. Let me show you right here. On Mark Basil's Twitter account, you can see this response. And first of all, Busy Brands wrote this. Ramen Soups at Chester. Hey, South Oracle, Sam I Am, Battle Barcher and other. What say you? You guys are all chatty and love to talk about any news regarding MMTLP. Don't stay quiet on this one. PC 288 Section A is a heinous crime against a minor. Mark Basil, feel free to chime in. Don't want to hear crickets. And take a look right here. What did Mark Basil respond to this? So he wrote, I'd be happy to chime in. It's ironic that one criminal associated with several others decided to dig up something from 20 years ago, when the temperature of any such allegation, true or not, was at its height, just like the Me Too movement. 20 years ago, anyone could cast an allegation against someone else, and there was little to no effort to get to the truth unless the accused was fully prosecuted, which in this case did not happen. Those cases usually settled mainly because of lack of proof, or the defendant didn't have funds to defend themselves, so they pleaded it down. But what does that have to do with stock trading 20 years later? Now, if Ramen Soups was holding spaces on the American criminal justice system and talking about sentencing then versus now, and invited other community criminals to chime in, then maybe that could use an explanation. But Ramen Soups and Voltron do not research that. They research stocks, pumpers and other nefarious actors. To me, that's the only reason why another criminal decided to throw cover over what Ramen has been doing. Just more drama and distraction. And guys, on the one hand, it is extremely, let me show you right here, it is extremely severe part of the US laws. Let me show you on Busy Brands response. So Bal the Butcher wrote this: I have no idea what you're talking about. Does this mean you still haven't gotten all that money yet? And Busy Brass responded, are you that stupid? It's easy using Gronk, ChatGPT or Google to search what PC288 Section A actually is. But since you're lazy F with no MMTLP shares, I will help you. PC288 Section A refers to Section 288A of the California Penal Code, which defines a crime of committing a load of lascivious acts upon with the body of a child under the age of 14, with the intent of arousing, appealing to, or gratifying the lust, passions, or sexual desires of the perpetrator or the child. This is considered a serious felony in California, punishable by imprisonment in the state prison for 3, 6, or 8 years. And guys, definitely it is a real sentence in prison for this crime. But guys, Roman Supes didn't have these filings and didn't have the real sentence in his recordings. Let me show you on top of this information this one. So, great Tastic Baby wrote this 10 hours ago. Well, that's alright. Then Basil just get Subtwat to start up his spaces again. And he refers to the tweet that I just read to you. And Mark Basil responded to this tweet. He has custody of his kids. What does that tell you? And Mark Basil wrote, everything. One of my former and very high-profile band mates was accused of molesting his kids. He couldn't afford an attorney, so he pled it down. The kids also refused, as minors, to testify against him. The DA had no proof. When the kids turned 18, they each filed affidavits stating those things never happened. This was done 20 and 30 years ago. If he has custody now, that says everything. No way in hell would social services or the courts allow that if what was claimed to have happened actually happened. And yes, guys, we have a clear procedures to prove what happened back in the days. And let me show you that Mark Basil stated exactly this. So somewhere here, he responded, well, some people are definitely pedos, and I think when it's proven beyond a reasonable doubt, they should be dispatched with. But we do have a process and rules to get to the truth. And for now, I have to admit that this drama is the worst thing that can happen to MMTLP community, because instead of focusing on the main goal to have a fair and transparent market in general, and more specifically to solve the MMTLP problem, MMTLP community is trying to attack itself, and definitely it is basically the best thing for wrongdoers to have these scandals inside our community, but it is the worst thing for us. Unfortunately, it is what it is. So let me show you some details from Trevor, and because we have a lot of quite opposite opinions, and we know that there is no crime record for Roman Supes for the real sentence, Trevor wrote this. Did you ask Roman about compensation to the victim in lieu of a lesser plea? I would do that. I'm trying to help you here. So, guys, to be honest, I have no idea how the judicial system works in the United States, and fortunately I didn't have this experience. But guys, why in the world we have to attack who has an opposite opinion than yours? I think it doesn't make sense. And on top of that, guys, you know that I don't have MMTLP shares. That is why my videos are completely unbiased, and I have to admit that I can say everything in regards to MMTLP saga, and I don't like basically these actions at all. And that is why, guys, I'm trying to help you, but I will not help you with this type of allegations. So let's continue with another tweet that was written by Steph, and that was reposted by John Burda. Fortunately, it is not related to this drama, but I have to say that it is related to our main case. So, Steph wrote such an interesting paper titled The Business Ethics of Short Selling and Naked Short Selling, dated 2009, by our beloved J.J. Angel, and he writes, failures to deliver shares can occur for 4 primary reasons. Number 4, manipulative fails. He adds, an institutional owner of stock could earn the princely sum of per year for lending if it could find a borrower. He continues, the quantities of shares not delivered are sometimes such a large fraction of the public float that any reasonable person would believe that it must have a major effect on the trading of these stocks. Also interesting, naked short selling, which involves the exploitation of loopholes to prevent delivering shares that have been sold, is an unethical practice that deprives shareholders of voting rights and lending revenue and creates a tool for stock price manipulation. An interesting 12-page read. So guys, J.J. Angel is the person who made a presentation and who gave this presentation to Congress back in 2023. And this presentation didn't help the MMTLP community, but it definitely helped the wrongdoers to push our case down. And this article is completely opposite than the opinion of J.J. Angel himself in regards to our case, but I have to admit that this article has much more reality in it than any other speeches that J.J. Angel had. So let me quote you just this paragraph of manipulative fails. A manipulator intending to drive the price down may intentionally fail to deliver as part of the manipulation, but not locating or borrowing the share first. A manipulator could theoretically sell an infinite number of shares. Such sales could overwhelm whatever buying interest there is in the market and thus push the price arbitrarily low. The artificially low stock price may cause serious damage to the firm by damaging its reputation as a going concern or by preventing the firm from obtaining needed financing. And guys, this part of the article is completely opposite to the opinion of J.J. Angel in regard to our case and how in the world he changed his mind completely. Don't you think that he might be just a paid shill? And it is just my opinion and it is just my speculation, but it is definitely a possible path because he didn't have even 10 shares on his books, 10 MMTLP shares, but he had just a couple of them, and that is why he said that he was a MMTLP shareholder and he had skin in the game. Definitely he hasn't skin in the game, and we have to keep this in mind. So, and let me show you another tweet from Scott Trott, and you know that Scott filed a RICO lawsuit against FINRA, R. Rubinstein, GTS Securities and other wrongdoers. And in response to this tweet of Steph, he wrote this. Steph, a classic example of being a hoist on one's own petard. Good catch, great post, required reading, I'd suggest. And definitely with this tweet you can be sure that Scott knows about these acts and about this article, and he uses this information in his RICO case. Because guys, Scott is one of the people who has the highest level of intention to do the job properly, and his due diligence and his RICO lawsuit is extremely thoroughly made case, and definitely this might help us to solve the issue. So, unfortunately, I don't have enough time to show you Rare DD's next step of his investigation, but probably I will do it tomorrow. And guys, believe me, it is worth your attention much more than any other drama that we have inside MMTLP community right now. And guys, let me tell you my personal story. I have a wife and 2 children aged 11 and 15, as well as a small dog. After 30 years of living in Russia near the Baikal Lake, we decided to move. Now we reside in Serbia. Although I don't own any MMTLP shares, I invest a lot of time creating daily MMTLP videos. I have been doing this every day without days off and holidays for more than 1.5 years. Now I wish to buy back this time from my family, from my children. We've agreed that I will ask the MMTLP community to support me, and I will give all the money to the children. Therefore, if you believe that I am providing useful content for you and wish to support me, you can join my Patreon account. For $5 a month, I will add your name to my list of supporters if you wish. Thank you in advance. The link you can find in the description below. So, I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gone live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life, I'm crazy, I'm mad. Doing no cap.